Just check it out for yourself. Follow me.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. I hope everyone is having a great week so far. I'm actually doing pretty solid myself. New job is finally starting to kind of balance out. So I'm really excited about that and starting to kind of feel a little bit back to myself. What is going on, Mr. Kyle Waller? So I will say I do not have a whole hell of a lot of time with my guests tonight, but first and foremost, this marks a landmark for me, milestone. This has been 1 year. What's up, Jared? That the show has been live because we started the very first episode talking about this comp right here, and I was very excited to do this episode. I was nervous and I did it outside, and I'm sitting inside this time around, but it was a lot of fun. My guests were very great. Well, be safe out there, man. So, but yes, so the very first episode, our fun beard fact for the week, was with Mr. Scott Sterner, and are also known as Jagerbomb, and Joshua Sutherland from Amputee Blade Runners ABR, talking about the Music City Moonshine Classic in Nashville, Tennessee, which is definitely going on. What's going on, Beard Zone? I'll see you this weekend. Thank you. Going on next weekend, the September the 9th in Nashville. They've changed up the location. We're going to go ahead and let them talk and tell us a little bit about it. So without further ado, Mr. Scott Turner, also known as Jagerbomb, and Mr. Josh Sutherland. How are you guys?
We're doing pretty good.
Man.
Doing great. Happy to be back.
Yes, happy to be back.
I'm definitely glad to have you guys back on. So Ron Rice sent me he shared an attachment. He actually went back and found the very first episode that we did. And I remember because I was sitting outside at on a friend's property. And I think you were sitting pretty much where you were now, Scott. And Josh, you were just on the front porch versus on the back porch this time. And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, man, I watched the first 15 minutes of that episode, and besides Scott yelling at me about, where's the pen?
Clicking the pen.
I just went back and was like, good Lord, that's been a year already. And I checked the date, and that episode was on August 27th. So we're actually a little past the year point, but not by much. So, Scott, how are you, man? Second year in?
Second year in, yeah. Pretty much, I felt like it's been a whirlwind for the last 2 years because I think we started planning 3 or 4 days after last. So I don't feel like I've stopped for 2 years.
I can personally attest to that because I remember getting messages right after the competition saying, "Hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this?" And so you guys have been relentless in the process, and I'm very, very happy to see everything come to fruition for you guys. So
yeah, it's been good. I mean, we, like I said, we're moved the new venue this year. We'll all be all in the same room together. Hopefully it will be all in the same room, but it may be a little bit more crowded too because of all the advertising with the billboards and the radio spots and all that, and just really trying to bust it out and get as much money that night for ABR as possible.
Yeah. Speaking of ABR, Josh, it's great to have you back on. I'm grateful to see you doing well, and you guys have I know you guys have continued the relationship throughout the year. So what after last year's competition, and I know that when we talked last year, you were like, well, this is kind of cool. We got a lot of people with beards. Year in, what do you think?
Yeah, that was one of those things. Like, I tell people one of the great things about, probably any type of charity work, but I feel like especially what we do, it can just touch so many lives in different ways that you just never know, like, who your partner is going to be, who's going to say, like, hey, we're going to do something. Let's see if we can do things together. And I would say that working with Scott and and everyone else on this has just been one of those like great new additions to, hey, this means something to this group of people. This is a great way to give back, and it's just it's a fun thing, and I like it when you can do good and have fun at the same time, because many times, like, no, this is work and this is play, and they're totally separate. But when it gets to go together, it's even better.
Yep, it is.
100% agree with that. That's been kind of the mantra. I think Ron was the first one to really like say it out loud on a show. Was we're doing good things, and that's our whole goal is to do good things and to have fun and to socialize with each other while doing those good things. And you guys were kind of like my turning point with the beard community, and getting involved, and I really got amped up by what you guys do down there. And so I'm excited to definitely come back, even though it's a new venue this year, a lot bigger. I mean, like you said, you've got billboards. Yeah. Like, if you guys have not seen this yet, I'm going to just pull this up real quick. I may not have had it in the file, but I went and found it just for this. So you got a freaking billboard.
Yep, that's literally
not just
right.
One.
Yeah,
not one. There's 8 of them rolling around. That one there is actually at the actual exit of the venue, and it's on both sides.
I'm sorry.
So that's literally
rolling around. That's
at McGavick Pike and Briley Parkway, right at the exit to get off to go to the venue.
That's insane. That is absolutely insane, having that many to show out there. Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So and you got one near the airport. You've got one all over town. So this is definitely getting broadcasted everywhere.
Hey, yep, that's the other radio spot for the 102.9 The Buzz. That's how that kind of came about. He saw it and he's like, "Oh, dude, I saw your billboard." He said, "I got a beard. I want to come help. Is there anything else anything we can do to help you out to promote it?" And I'm like, "Okay, yeah." So we got that other radio spot at a very, very discounted rate for that one. So I'm like,
going old school like that with a billboard. And I mean, granted, I know they're digital billboards now, which makes it a lot easier to kind of cycle through. But kind of going that old school guerrilla marketing style is very useful, because like you've got a radio ad off of it. Not only that, you're going to get a lot of foot traffic based on that. So
correct.
It's going to pay out in dividends. But let's talk about the new venue.
Yes, the historic Nashville Palace.
Yes,
been around since the 70s. Randy Travis got his start there. A bunch of them got their start there. So I mean, it's pretty much the same venue, new owners over the years. So there's been a few changes here and there, but it's still one of those. It's right next to Cooter's Museum. Great food around that area. There's a lot of little small bars, which we'll have our meet and greets Friday night at the scoreboard, which is directly behind the Nashville Palace. They've got an area blocked, their patio area back there that has cornhole, Jenga, the big Connect 4 game. So we'll have plenty to do, and live music going on too. So it should be a good time.
That'll actually be the second event this summer for ABR that a group of volunteers has done.
I reached out to one of my brother, actually, is the owner of the scoreboard and the Nashville Palace. So that helped a little bit on getting stuff moving on that. So it kind of worked out perfectly.
So, and I mean, in the fact that you guys have really put in a lot of hard work, you have so much going on with the competition on top of it. Like, what is this? I've seen that 2 people are going to tie the knot at the competition as well.
That is correct. Yeah, we're going to have somebody getting married there as well. Yes. So should be interesting. Yes, it will be. It will be fun.
So I'm just kind of scrolling through the Facebook post here and just kind of seeing some.
Now the one thing it did change, because at first they were going to let us do it, and now they kind of changed their mind on it. That's just, I think, logistics of it to try to get it done. This year we were going to try to do a cover for non-competitors, which all that money would have gone to ABR, but they just said from the logistics of trying to crowd people in and all that, it just wasn't going to, because there may be some people there already during the day that may be there at the comp and they'll already be inside, so it's going to be kind of hard to. So we've taken that was taken off of the info on the event page,
and that makes sense. With it being in a very public place like that, and we're still going to run normal operation. It would be hard to cover for a spectator cost.
Right.
But I mean, that still brings in a crowd. You still get plenty of love that way. Plus, you'll have the raffle table.
We'll have the raffle table, and they've got another event going on in the big back room as well at the same time. So there'll be a lot of traffic going on. Yes,
it's even better. So
yeah. But no, I mean we've got we got a good lineup of judges. So
let's jump into some of those. I actually was pulling it up while we were talking. So going in for the judges, first one I came across was Mr. Doc Wilson.
Yes, sir. So
Doc's always have on there. He's stern but fair. So
yes, yeah, he is. And then of course his lovely wife. She's gonna be a judge as well. So
have them both. I mean, you got a package deal there. So
yeah, it worked out good. It did.
Get back down here. This one I'm actually excited just because you don't really get Boo up north.
No. He's not a judge anymore.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, his Phyllis's mom was having health issues, so he ain't gonna be able to make it up. And you're on the outside of it.
Apparently so now.
Yeah.
Stop that. Tell me who you're judging.
All right, we got Corey and Christopher Wilson, Doc. We have Jason Seelan from Mad Viking.
Yep.
Then we have
Can
Farmer.
I tell the final judge?
Yes, you can. All right, so we got
you finished with the other ones.
Corey Wilson, Doc Wilson, or Corey and Christopher, Jason Seelan, and Farmer, which is an old member of that I knew from my MPS days here in Nashville. And then we'll let Josh announce the last judge.
So it was definitely Scott's idea, which I 100% supported. But we will have the reigning Best in Show winner from last year's, who is a one of my board members, a double amputee, one of the first people that we ever worked with, made legs for, multi-time Boston Marathon runner, Daryl Farler, who has been really working on growing out that beard. And he is, he's like, hey, I'm happy to be a judge, but I thought I could defend it.
You know what?
Well, now he's judging. He ain't going to be defending
exactly.
it.
Well, sorry, man. You got scooped.
Now he's going to be sitting there. He's going to be judging everybody that comes across the table, and he's like, I could have done that.
Right. Yeah. That it will make it hard for the contestants because Daryl's going to say, I could have beat you.
So, and this year too, we'll have can't speak more highly for Natalie and Aaron for everything they've done.
Yes.
For us. Speaking of too, on the radio spots, they're going to be giving tickets away for the event, And I was talking to Aaron. He's actually going to. So when they give the spot out, they're going to say Big Collar 5 win 1 ticket and a beard oil from Monash Amish. So they're actually going to give product out with a ticket. So that's going to get people in the door.
That's even better. Like just having that kind of like extra added push is it does wonders. People don't realize how much value that adds. But you guys have definitely knocked it out of the park. Bigger venue. You guys are taking this to a whole larger scale. Last year, how much did you raise for ABR?
$5,044.
So
hopefully my goal was to at least make one more dollar. I mean, if we get a dollar more, I mean, we want more, but yeah.
Any money raised is a success.
Oh yes. So, yes.
And Josh, that money that they raised last year with the competition, how much? Like, I know that of course went to people that needed the help. How many people did that get a chance to help?
Yeah, so that our cost in general to say yes to a new person, like someone who we've never worked with before, we got to get them everything new socket, new blade, new knee if they need a knee, two if they're missing 2 legs like Daryl, anything like that. But it's about $3,500 is our average cost to let someone in the door. Now, especially with kids, once they're in the door, kids outgrow everything. They're going to outgrow shoes, pants, shirts, and their prosthetic legs. So usually, about every 9 to 18 months, you got to update stuff for kids, but you don't necessarily have to update everything. So it's about, $1,500, $2,000 for the upkeep. So that helps us. One totally new person, they need their total life changed. We step in, we do that. And there's another kid that like, hey, you grew. Congratulations. Time for a new leg. So that's, and it's, anytime you say like, oh, that's 2 people, it's easy to say like, I did all this work and it's just 2 people. But like, you don't know how big a deal it is if you can go from every moment you're trying to work, you're trying to go to the grocery store, you're trying to, not even, run, walk, jump. Like we had this young man in the office last week, and first time we had worked with him. 14 years he had been in the same prosthetic leg. That is a ridiculously long time to be in it. It was, it was trash, but he hadn't found anyone that could make a leg like, okay, well, what is this doing for you? And he's like, yeah, not only he wants to be, and he also does not have hands. And this is the kind of person that we frequently see. A guy with 1 foot, no hands. What does he want to be? He wants to be a professional pickleball player. He works really hard at that. And, but the problem is like, he's only been able to get part-time hours because he is on his feet working, and he just can't work 40 hours because like I'm in pain every time I stand up. Now you give someone a leg that they can not only pursue their pickleball activities, but he's like, hey man, like I think I can get a full-time job now. I think I can get benefits now. Like it opens the door to so many things. And it's just that ripple effect of, yes, you can do this. You can, if you push and you've got the right help, there's a lot of things that you have always thought were beyond your reach. And now we're bringing it inside.
Right. So that definitely goes a long way, no matter what it is, just because you guys do so much. And I'm sure that, like every day's a challenge, and you guys but it's got to be fulfilling to get out there and do the work. So, and for us, I know I speak for myself, but like anytime I can help a charity that's truly out there doing the work for the people, I'm all about it. And I think Scott would agree with me on that.
Oh yeah. Well, and I can just tell you, I can tell you firsthand from just from a mental standpoint of what it's done for Kenneth and him getting his blades. I mean, it's he can get around a whole lot easier now. I mean, it's still tough. He has his days, but it's made a world of difference to him.
Yeah. Big shout out to for sure.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's how you guys got hooked up in the first place,
Yes.
through Kenneth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
I'm excited to see where this goes, and I'm definitely hoping that you guys can, you may have to start the next day versus a few days after this time around.
no, I'm taking a break. I'm taking them. Yeah, at least a week, hopefully. No, I don't know.
He'll be in my inbox on Sunday after everybody leaves, going, "What do you think of this?" So,
Yeah. Oh man.
I think you should at least take the whole weekend, like all of Sunday.
Oh,
At least.
well,
Yeah.
that would be a day. Yeah, that would be. Yeah. Yeah, it would. Yeah, exactly.
but
I'm gonna take Sunday because Titans start playing football season starts Sunday.
Yeah.
So yeah, my wife's like, "Oh, I'll see you in February."
Well, we can't interrupt church, So.
Yeah, that's holy time. So, but
say just watching the way you guys the way you guys have worked and put stuff together, like you guys are relentless. And Scott, I talked to you quite a bit, and I know that you've done everything in your power to make this event go off without a hitch. I know it's been a team effort between you and the rest of Beard Mob Tennessee to put in the work, and with Jaegerbomb Design constantly grinding. I'm excited to see the patches in person. So, speaking of which, I need to talk to you about that later on this weekend. But the little leather patches that you've made.
Yeah, well, those are I was going to do pre-order. So far, there's only been a couple of them. My thing is I'm going to plug. Remember, we still got the patches for Jackson's Miracle. We still taking those. Yes, so people need to hit us up so we can get some money over to Tiffany and Derek on that.
Anything you do to help for sure. So
yeah. The raffle table won't be as big this year. I mean, the raffle table last year was insane. I mean, we'll have a lot of good stuff, but that kind of got out of hand.
Well, I don't know if I can donate another bottle of bourbon this year, but I'm
okay.
What I can work out. So
okay.
But
may somebody just donate a bottle of the bourbon Rabbi and the honey bourbon. Yeah, I hadn't tried it, so I know it's an expensive bottle, so hopefully it's good. Somebody will get it.
Yeah. I think that was the funny thing about last year is I heard there was a bit of a bidding war going on for the bottle of Blanton's that I brought last year.
Yeah. So it was
hey, anything that can help out ABR. That's the biggest thing. So,
what letter was on that Blanton's? Do you remember?
I want to say it was might have been either an A or an N.
All right. There's one of the guys that has like done the leg making. One of our founders, one of our chief volunteers. He's still I gotta look and see. I think he's still missing 2 letters. So I help him in his hunt. So I may ask you, outside of like, hey, if you see it, we'll square things up.
Yeah, just shoot me a text. I might be able to once you find
it. My understanding, the different letter has the different topper on it, correct? Too.
Right. They do.
Yeah.
Because you gotta complete the track.
Yeah. The goal
exactly.
Is to get all the letters, and that way you can complete the track. They do sell the tracks fully stocked now, but it's more fun to
earn it.
Yeah.
So looks like Beard Zone just said there'll be fishing gear there as well. So
yeah, he's bringing fishing gear, and I think we got Joker's doing one of his custom poles.
Jacked up leather. Well. So throw in 100 credit for me for the auction.
All right, hold on, let me, baby. Throw in or write down on your book. The Jacked Up Leatherworks just threw $100 to put into the raffle table. Yeah, or gift card to $100 worth of $100. Yeah,
I may have to jump on that. Jacob does some killer work.
Yeah, I just want to tell you, write it down before I forget. Jacked up leather works. Okay. My better half will make up a certificate and put on the table. So
Jeff Harris. It just dawned on me that Scott is actually on and not Billy.
yeah, because she goes on Talking Beards. She went on the last Tuesday, and I got to watch her on the TV through YouTube. That was different. That was a game changer.
I bet watching it on YouTube, watching it on the TV is definitely different. I've actually went back and watched Talking Beards and a couple of my episodes on there. So
Right. But yeah, I mean, like I said, we got the meet and greet, and then the comp. I'm just ready to see everybody and get out there and have some fun.
Well, man, it's gonna be.
We're forgetting one of the main people. Throw the MC up.
Let's see if
We can't.
Let me see if I can find him real quick. I completely clicked off the page now. Hold on.
They what? No. Yeah, he talked. Yeah.
You done threw me off now. I got to find the MC.
Does this MC wear clothes?
Yes, this MC wears clothes. Yes. This ain't Bear. It ain't Bear. Hey, I love Barefoot to death. He has one of the biggest hearts out there.
Oh, absolutely.
What he had on there, that's mild. Trust me. That's mild.
That is extremely tame.
Yes, that is very tame for Barefoot. Yes.
All right, Beard Zone. Quick question for the charity: can anyone come from anywhere in the state for the service?
Yeah, we have a national audience, so we work with. We've got people in about 40 states. We have, just because we're based in Nashville, we have more people that are this side of the Mississippi than anywhere else. But yeah, I mean, I was actually texting with one of our guys up in Lake Tahoe earlier today. We had two kids from Ohio in the office a few minutes ago. Anywhere in the United States, yes, you would be eligible.
Well, I think last year that went to a girl up in Ohio, wasn't it?
We have a lot of people in Ohio. That's definitely a great state of need we have found for good prosthetic care for kids and adults.
Yeah. You guys also have a celebrity on your roster as well.
We do. Zyra Gurecki, who just finished a couple months ago shooting season 3 for La Brea. She is in New York now, shooting an indie film. So those who are inside you're starting to look at your TV Guide fall lineup and you see like a lot of interesting things or nothing much at all. The writer strike has definitely put a hole in a lot of programming, but the indie film industry is still going on. So she's shifted to that for at least for the time being, and see what happens long term with everything else.
We're gonna get her here this next year, one way or the other.
Yeah,
we're
gonna find a way for sure.
Hey,
and then, and next year, depending on exactly when it is, that will probably be at the same time that the Paralympics are happening in Paris. And I think my guess would be that we'll have at least 2 or 3 people in the Paralympics as well.
That's awesome.
Oh, cool.
All right. Got it. You ready?
Yeah. The one, the only, Mr. Taxi Phil. Him and his ice cream.
It's my favorite picture of him. He looks so happy with that soft serve. So.
Yes. Yes, he does. So,
where's the best?
I don't think Sandy B's coming down with him. I don't believe.
No, she's not going to be able to make this trip, but I do know that for a fact. But Taxi will definitely be there. Got a great master of ceremonies there. Taxi him and Barefoot are 2 of my favorite MCs in the community. I've definitely had to take a little bit of lessons from both of them on the few times that I've MC'd and butchered it. But hey, so.
All right.
We're excited about that. I think having Taxi there adds a whole different level of fun to it. And if you've never met Taxi, you are missing out. Taxi Phil, he can tell you some stories. And if you'd like to hear some stories, you can go back and track through some of the episodes that I've done with him over the last year, and he's got some good ones. So
yeah. So, but no, we're looking forward to having everybody down here to, and as always, it's all about the charity. But we do got some killer trophies too, though.
That you do. I'm gonna let you guys. I'm gonna let them kind of sit on that. I do love your best in show trophy this year.
Yeah, well, Jeff Ray from out in Texas, he did a hell of a job on that box for.
He really did, and you definitely did some work with that with the best in show trophy this year for sure.
So
I got into it, started looking through it, and I was like, that just makes perfect sense. So
yep. So.
All right.
Well, I mean, when you come to town, I want to make sure that we're putting stuff out there that's worth going and getting, competing for, and with the charity.
And killer gnomes.
Oh, that's right. He got some gnomes up for the raffle table. So, and they are. We'll just say they're giving a salute. I don't know. I'll just leave it at that.
Fair enough.
So,
all right, guys. Anything else? I know that you need to get going.
Oh, was that wasn't me?
No, that's okay.
Yeah. So, no, I think that pretty much the info pretty much is $20 to compete and $5 additional category.
So, how many total categories this year?
13 total.
Okay.
Yeah, 13 total, and then of course the best in show. Yeah. So, yeah. And, Chicken Wing. Can I buy raffle tickets if I am not going to be there? You know what? I haven't thought about that. Okay. My wife said no. It just makes it make it hard.
For Chicken Wing, it might be, plausible.
Yeah. But, well, he is short.
Yeah. We could just put a box somewhere and get him shipped up here. FedEx has got a box big enough.
Well, maybe we'll put a gnome hat on him.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Table.
Chicken wing. So, well, prayers. Well, right now, just send prayers to Chicken Wing. I think his wife's having some health issues right now, so we're thinking about your brother.
Yeah.
So.
Tell Billy to kiss my butt.
he said, "Tell Billy to kiss my butt." So. Chicken Wing.
All right, guys. Well, I know that you have busy nights, and so I do appreciate you taking the time. Any final words, Scott, before we start kicking off here?
Just be in Nashville, you're gonna miss it.
100% agree.
Just get it. So, yep, that's the main thing. So, my wife said, "We love you too." All right, yeah, but no, that's it. Just be ready to have a good time, raise a shit ton of money for charity.
Absolutely. And if you guys can't make it to the competition, and you guys still want to help out with ABR, Josh, where can they do that at?
Yeah, you can go directly to our website, which is amputeebladerunners.com, and you just click donate on the top right, and we'll put all of those proceeds to a great cause.
All right. See, there we go, guys. I do want to thank you both for taking the time out tonight. It's always fun, and I can't wait to see you guys next weekend.
All right. See you soon. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Kind of short and sweet tonight. They were running on a little bit of a time limit. So I thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any other questions before we go into wrap up that you'd like to ask me while we're here, I will be more than happy to answer. Kind of just have some fun bullshit session with you guys for a few minutes before I start rolling it out. So I do thank you guys, though, for tuning in. I know episodes have been a little sporadic as of late. I'm trying to get back onto an even keel, and I couldn't miss this one being our 1 year anniversary. Few days off, but I wanted to get in here and make sure that we kind of continued up. So if nothing else, go ahead and jump into our wrap up. Don't forget, guys, we got Boston Scully as well. Speaking of Boston Scully, see, I'll tune in when I can, brother. Life is crazy, brother. I told you, if you need anything, man, just reach out. I'll shoot you a message later to check in on you. Since you're asking, Jacob, my code for Boston Scully is Bearded Rook. Get you 15% off on the website. I actually am still, like always, my old trusty, my Black Rose Peaky, which was the first hat that I wore when I started in. Much love to you too, brother. It's been actually, if you look in the background, you can see the hat that the logo is wearing, of course, is this one right here. As close as we could get to matching it. Still my favorite hat. So much so I have two. So Bearded Rook for 15% off. Another big shout out, of course, needs to go into Vintage Grooming and Death Grip Wax. I have been using this a lot this summer, and it's held up pretty well. So if you are into the styled stash category or just want to kind of move the mustache out of the way a little bit, Death Grip is definitely the way to go. It's one of my favorite products, and I've been bouncing between it and the Mustache Perfector. Don't have a code for Death Grip as of yet, but I do have a code for Mustache Perfector, and that is it's Make It Perfect, and it'll take 10% off. The rose line is my all-time favorite. I'm missing one out of all the roses to complete the collection, and I hope to order that in September. So I just need the steel rose. It's the only one I'm missing. If you guys are looking for something to get into over the next few weekends, if you can't make it to Nashville because it's a little too far of a drive, there is still competitions going on everywhere. You can check out thebeardcalendar.com. Scott and Aaron have done a wonderful job keeping this up to date, and they've got stuff dating all the way out to the 24th. Definitely worth the check. It's everywhere I go when I need to find a competition or find some info. Good choice there. Let's see. Yes. If you guys are not busy, tomorrow night, the Shape podcast will be live, and I think Kyle's got some pretty good guests coming up for this one as well. So if you guys get a chance, get a chance to tune in, it'll be live over on his page and his group page. Go check out the Shape group page as well. That's where a lot of the episodes are going to be coming through, and Kyle is doing a great job over there getting it kicked up, and he's doing it every other week, so it doesn't really interfere with a lot of what's going on. It's definitely going to be a good episode from what I've heard so far. Average cost of this kind of hat, they start out usually like right around $55 with the code. After shipping, you're about $55 total. So it just depends on which hat you go with. For the rose line, with my code, I usually get in right around $56. And that's if I don't add in pins and other accessories to go with. So he did a great job Tuesday filling in for Scott. I'm very proud of him. He's definitely got his bearings about it, and I'm excited to see where he goes with it. Does better than I do, that's for sure. He's got some talent. Like we were talking about earlier, guys, Music City Moonshine Classic coming up next weekend, September the 9th, 2023. That's going to be a fun one. I actually almost forgot to mention it. I'm going to be in Chattanooga this weekend. As we talked last week with Mr. Matt Patty. and we covered going into this one. And honestly, Beard and Nuga is it's a lot of fun. So if you are going to be in the area, and I know there's a lot of competitions going on around right now for World Beard Day this weekend, it's definitely worth the time to go to. I'm actually trying to pull it up as we speak. Of course, I did the episode with him, and Matt was a great host. And now we've got going on into Chattanooga, Tennessee at the White Lightning Harley Davidson. It's going to be a great time. So if you get a chance to go out there this weekend, please do. We're raising money for a family, and the categories are going to be fun. Aaron and Natalie will be there this weekend as well, and I'm excited to see them because I get to see them 2 weekends in a row. So, and then going, of course, like I said, next weekend will be Music City Moonshine Classic, Beard Mom, Tennessee, over in Nashville. They've done so much with this competition over the last year. Like, it's bigger, it's better. And that's hard to say because last year was amazing and they've really pushed it out. So I'll definitely be excited to see the new location. First weekend in October will be Big Whisker Revival. Cincinnati Beard Barons always come through doing the work for the Barracks Project. If you've never been to a competition with the Cincinnati Beard Barons, they always do so much, and it's always a lot of fun. They definitely make it worth the time. Following weekend, Monsters Ball, hosted by Mad Viking Beard and Mustache Club of Maryland, Delaware. They have been working on a lot of things. They just recently had a venue change. So it was going to be in Baltimore, Maryland. Now it is going to be in Ocean City, which is the same place that Beards at the Beach usually runs. Not the same venue, but the same city. They have been putting in a lot of time and wrench time on this to make sure this competition is as best as it can be. I will be in Ocean City for that weekend. So if you guys are in that area, you're looking for something to do, this is the last Monsters Ball going on for the foreseeable future. I would definitely recommend making the trip. It's going to be a great time. So, and then of course, first weekend in November, Daytona Beach, the 2023 Honest Amish National Beard and Mustache Championships. This will be my very first time going to nationals. I am nervous, but I am excited to get down there and go have fun with everybody and try to get my first national title. So we'll see what happens. I will definitely see you on Saturday. Chris, it's going to be great to see you too, man. I haven't seen you in quite some time. It's not too far from my hometown as well. Definitely doing good shit this weekend, trying to catch up with everybody. Yeah, it is very close to my hometown. My hometown is Dayton, Tennessee, or Graysville, Tennessee, technically. So it's a double time for me. I get to go down and see some family and see some old friends, as well as go and help raise money for a good cause. What's up, Yukon? Much love, brother. Hope everything's doing pretty good on your end. So, all right, guys, that's going to be the show tonight. I know it's kind of a little bit earlier than usual, but once again, I want to say I love all of you guys. Thank you for helping keep this show going for the last year, and just to keep moving forward and doing good things. So thank you, Chris. Big shout out. So like always, if the best thing to do is to leave things better than how you found them, and always strive to leave a legacy. Much love. Good night. Be safe.